Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessing of God be upon you. This is Raya Shokatfard. I am continuing with after my introduction, this is my episode 1, or if you're watching video, it is still episode 1. It's both in video and also in podcast. This is talking about my birth in Iran all the way till I migrated to the United States. I was born in 1947 and to a middle-class family in Iran. My parents were not religious, but Iran pretty much at that time, even up until now, 2021, they're basically Shia. You're going to immediately want to ask me, oh, Shia, well, how come you're practicing Sunni? How come, what's going on, Raya? Tell us everything all about it. Well, this is why these episodes are all about, to talk about my journey. But the thing of it is, some of you that are so curious about my journey between religions and between Shia and Sunnis, what I have decided, I was trying to write 2 separate books about this, and then someone told me that really all of this is part of your life. They're not separable. So I have to include it. So you will hear some very exciting things about the events that has happened in my life that has really taught me a lot and has moved me. Some of the things were not good situations, were cause of me moving from one situation to another. I think all of us can relate to this because many times we have situations that are not pleasant. It pushes us to go to another one, and the other part is pleasant or it's normal. For me it was normal. I had a normal childhood, no problem with the childhood. I was loved. I was the youngest of 5 siblings and 3 brothers and 2 sisters. We had a normal life. My parents were not really religious. We attended, this is Ramadan. We begged my mother to let us fast. She would maybe let us fast 3 days, was like the days where they're supposed to be the Laylatul Qadr, the night of power. But as far as Muharram is concerned, it was very interesting because in Iran you cannot avoid it. If it's Muharram is the first month, Hijri month, for Muslims. It just so happens that on the 10th of Muharram, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was martyred, Imam Hussein. Iranians make a really, really big deal out of it. They go in the streets and people cry. Sometimes men, they have this, it looks like a paper clips that are connected together. It looks like a series of chains. They hit themselves in the back, and then they have chants. I have filmed that. Hopefully I will have this on this video if I can access it. In the evening people will have a gathering. Someone would remind everyone about the situation, the story that happened, how Imam Hussein got martyred, and him and his 72 of his companions, family, they got martyred. They got incredible. It's just a very sad story. Anyhow, I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just telling you about my history in Iran. So we participated. My friends and I, we would put on a chadur. We go to these gatherings. We kind of giggle around. We didn't have any spiritual concept of this. We were raised with loving the Ahl Bayt, the family of the Prophet, meaning progeny. That did not mean the wives of the Prophet, although we respected them, but it's just the Iranians don't have a very good view of Aisha, Mu'minin Aisha, and you will never find an Iranian naming their daughter Aisha, but that even I will get into that reason for this later. And also as they expressed love for the family of the Prophet, it was normal to curse the companions or even some of the khulafa of Rasulullah. Again, don't let this ignite any excitement in you, because I've looked at all of this and I have come to peace where I am right now. As you can see, most of my videos, they have some beautiful background of nature. I am in Malaysia now. This is when I'm getting my all my work. I'm just living here. Hopefully the rest of my life, I really love to be here. So I have peace. You will come to know how I have achieved peace, and if you find that how much incredible processes I have gone through in order to get to where I have peace, not because I'm living in nature. I feel like Allah has brought me here. How He has brought me here is also very, very interesting. Anyhow, coming back to Iran, as a teenager, I had a normal teenage life, but most of my life was into studying and tutoring others, helping others, teaching others. I was very shy. Even though I was teaching other students, I was very shy and humble. I was not conceited and lofty as I became later as I went to the United States. And I was actually the #1 top student from grade 1 to grade 12. And all of my schools that I went to, I was like a super student. But then when it came to the university, in Tehran University, if thousands of people would attend, only maybe like 4,000 they would take in different fields. And it just so happened that I was not accepted. I wanted to study architecture, and my cousin also did. I became the fourth in reserve, and he became third in reserve. They took him, they didn't take me. My parents thought I'm going to kill myself because I was crying all the time. I didn't have that plan. My grandfather trying to talk me out of. I never had the thought to kill myself, but I was crying so hard that they thought I'm going to do something to myself. And it's amazing. It is really amazing that had I passed that university and gone to Tehran University, my life would have completely been different. It would have completely been different. As you can see, as you will hear or see my videos, you will see how my life evolved after I moved to the United States and different countries. And it was meant for me to not pass that university. The tears that I shed, I must have known at that time it was a joyful tears, but at that time it wasn't. Anyhow, I did attend another university. I was accepted another university, private university. And after a few months, I was really, this was not where I wanted to be. I did not like to be there. And I had asked my father to arrange for me to go to the United States. He was already in the United States. I had my oldest brother in the United States, my youngest brother in the United States, my middle brother in Germany. So my father had come to the United States to basically stay and pave the way for the rest of us to come. So with the student visa, I got a student visa to go to the United States, and that's where everything began. Like, if you want to hear all excitement and incredible up and downs of a 20-year-old going all the way till, later to my age right now, I'm 73, what has happened and all that has happened, please tune in to my next podcast or my next video. Thank you for watching. See you next episode. Assalamu alaikum.